One and hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry about not uploading last week at all. I just had some technical difficulties when I went over to my dad's house. We're back at it today with another Trove video, but today's Trove video is gonna be the review on Trove and just everything that I like and dislike. Yeah, I want to start off with the things I like, because, why not start off with the good things? I really like how easy they made it to find dungeons and get around the worlds. That makes it a good time for me, at least. How easily I'm able to do that. Yeah, like, I also like the enemies, how they progressively get harder. That's a big factor in a game. Like, how in every world it's progressively harder. So you either got to deal with the hardness and the faster leveling, or you got to deal with not leveling as fast. It makes you take sacrifices when playing the game, and I think that's something that's really cool. Cool to do in a game. I think they did that really well in this game. It overall it's a really good design game. Um, there are a few minor glitches that I'm seeing. Like, sometimes I've seen in the Shadow Dungeon, in the Shadow Tower, um, like, me and my friends will be destroying a chest or whatever, getting the chest, destroy the boss, and for some reason, for some of the people, the chest just won't spawn, even though that they, like, one time we were playing with this guy and he did almost all of the damage while he did almost all the damage while in the Shadow Tower, and he didn't get, the chest just didn't spawn for him, and we were like, what is going on? Um, as you can see right now, I really haven't been playing on PS4 a lot, but I've been playing on my PC account. I have about every character at about 20,000 power um, on my PC. Yeah, it's a really fun game, but, like, another problem I'm noticing is once you, like, getting up to like 6,000, 7,000 power, it's not that hard. But once you get past that, you would think the game would become easier. The game gets so much more difficult after you actually unlock, like everything you do. Once you hit level 30, like, it really does become a huge struggle to get these gems up and roll, like, get the gems going. Uh, like it gets really hard to actually power up your character. Well, your first one at least. It's really not that hard once you have multiple uh, characters. So it is what it is. I really like the game. I know it's also really slow to come into. Like, I already played it a little bit coming into the game. But people like Dante, who actually he one of his complaints, it was really slow to get into. Like, stuff like that. That's happening in the game. Like, it's really slow. I think it'd be a good update they could do to the game would to just make the game a little bit like faster, make the game a little bit faster, and that would encourage a lot more people to come play, because it's generally a really fun game. Coming to all these dungeons and doing all of this, it's a really fun game to do all of this. It's just when it takes 2 hours to actually get to the point where you're able to just quickly go through dungeons and take people out, like, that's when it becomes, that's when it gets to be a bit of a struggle for a lot of people. Um, yeah. But back to the good things about the game. The good things about it, just one thing I really like about the game is all the different biomes, right? That's a pretty simple thing, though, that a lot of people don't really like. But, like, I've played a lot of adventuring games like this where they have like two biomes and they're not very, like, they're literally like the same thing. I like I also like that this is a free to play game. I'm not sure about Xbox Live, but I know on PC and um, PS4 it's a free-to-play game, so you just go and download it. Like you can also spend money, but you can be the most powerful player in the game without spending any money, which is a great thing. It's a really fun game that's free to play and not pay to win, right? So that is a major factor on whether or not it's good. It's a really good game. Like overall, I personally think it's a really good game overall, but um, yeah, let's get on to the negatives now. Um, so a lot of the negatives I'm seeing are, like I said earlier, a little bit of the glitches, um, and also like if you're questing with a friend who's like one world above you, um, it gives you a lot less XP. So it's a lot of, unless you're doing the Shadow Tower, it's really difficult to play with your friends, which is for an online game, which is it's pretty difficult. The way me and my friends have ended up doing it, we've just done it like a competition. But we think it'd be really cool if they could do a bunch of like bug fixes and all that to make it a lot more like online friendly, like a lot more friendly to playing with your friends just while like starting off the game. We think that'd be a lot of fun when playing this game. I just want to move back to the Shadow Tower a little bit. The Shadow Tower, I know a lot of people could probably complain about, the Shadow Tower is too difficult. I think we should up the difficulty a little bit. I think, like, if you're having, like, 20,000 characters, like my PC characters, who are able to run in and completely just, like, obliterate the Shadow, or the Daughter of the Moon on the highest difficulty, like that's a little excessive, and I think there should be an increase, like maybe make the easy a little bit more difficult, and then up the hard by a lot, and up the medium by a little bit. Um, and also I think the prizes should be more rewarding as it goes on. Like I get like you don't want to completely just like get every player OP who does a hard one, like people getting carried. Um, I think the prizes should be based on um, like either percentage damage, or like you have to do a certain amount of damage to get this thing, because that's the problem they run into, right? Is where people go out and they see, oh wow, this guy, like, he didn't do anything, and he has all stellar gear because his friends carried him through Shadow Tower. Um, and it there's only so much you can do about that, but um, what's I feel like it'd be a much better game if we could get past that boosting level. I'm also thinking it'd be one issue I do have is how easy they make it to get a second character leveled up after you level up your first character. It gets extremely easy. Like, in reality, you don't even have to do anything really. It's literally just like, oh, you got one character leveled up. Well, here's a bunch of gems to do your other one. Here's like double XP potions you can buy for. By this time you already have a lot of flux where you can just buy double XP potions, right? Like they make it really, really difficult to. They make it really difficult, or not very. Sorry, they make it very unrewarding to level up a second character, right? Or you can say, well, I already got that first character leveled up. It should be really easy to level up a second character. I disagree. I think the fun of the game is having the challenge, like having the challenge of getting, leveling up through every world, having to go through every world. Yeah, moving on to my next complaint, which has to do with the world system. I think the first few worlds are they're hard to get through, but after that, like no one really goes through. Like, I know in like every playthrough I've done in the game, I've never really gone through Uber 5, or no, not 5. That's one more. Uber, like, Master or Uber tier, because I get gems, right? I just farm in like I farm in the second or third, get until I have enough gems, because I can just speed run it, which takes about an hour because they give you so much in the beginning. You get gems which power you up to 1500 power, which in the end, again, makes you super OP. Um, which like you're just skipping worlds, and I think they should either like upgrade the difficulty of the worlds or change them a bit so you're not like skipping, or change the gems a bit so you're not skipping over the world. Um, I already complained a little bit about the gems. Uh, they My only issue with the gems is that uh, is that they just, I don't even know, man. They can either be super OP and give you 20,000 power, or they're gonna be kind of OP and give you a give you like, I don't even know. Like they're either gonna bump you up to 6,000 or like 500, right? Um, and that's so like if we look at my gems right now, I think my gems are 5,000 power of my rank. Um, yeah, 5,300. And I feel like they could just bump up the leveling system just a little bit, and that would help cause the whole world issue I talked about a minute ago, because people have to use these gems to really power up. I think the gem idea is a good idea. I just think they made gems too OP. Um, I think my last and final complaint is gonna have to be about like Bomber Royale and PvP. I think that's a really fun like game mode. I just also think that if you don't know what you're doing, it's not very noob friendly. And I think I think the whole game could be a little bit more noob friendly. Like there's a few tips and tricks that I knew that I taught like Dante and Angel about, that like, if I hadn't played the game a little bit before, I wouldn't have known this. I wouldn't have known that you need to go to, like, when to go to each world and all that. Um, just a few tips, tricks. I think it could be a little more noob friendly, and I think that would draw in a lot more players. Um, yeah, I just think those are the bad things, and I already went over a lot of the good things about this game. Overall, I think it's a pretty good game. I gave a lot of little complaints, but nothing too big, which I think it's a really great free-to-play game, and I'm gonna continue playing Trove. If you guys want to continue to see some Trove on the channel, go ahead and and leave it in the comments, because whatever you guys want to see, I'll see. I might be able to. My computer's not that great, so I can't really record videos on it. But well, I haven't tried. But if you guys want to see some like League of Legends or Terraria or something like that, yeah, just leave it in the comments, and I'll try to get some videos out for it. Yeah, we could for sure do some Terraria. I actually really enjoy playing Terraria. That's one I would not be very opposed to playing. It's, uh, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps make the content that I'm making. And sorry about such a long time before this video came out. I had a few little mess ups with YouTube Studio, and yeah, that's just my fault. I had pre-recording and I put them out for the wrong date, so you're probably gonna get you're gonna get at least 6 videos this week. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of videos this week because I set all those to come out this week. And see you guys.